Hey, what do Tiger Woods, Aaron Baddeley and the Williams sisters all have in common? Well, the answer is they all credit religion for their success.
And believe it or not, there have been many studies linking the power of prayer to athletes achieving peak performances. So is this divine intervention or is there something else at play? Let's bring in sports psychologist Gavin Freeman, along with former rugby league player and devout Christian Jason Stevens. Good morning to you both.
Morning.
Now, Gav, does spirituality give a psychological advantage on the sports field, do you think?
Well, you know, back it up one step, and if you think about what leads to great performance, and it's the ability to perform consistently under pressure. And then if you think where pressure comes from, it's both internal and external. So, you know, a lot of people will use spirituality and or faith to help deal with that pressure and help put some, you know, context around it and be able to put it aside so that they can perform effectively when they get on the field. So, you know, if it's going to work for somebody, it is going to work.
Jace, you represented your country and you stayed, of course, in rugby league, and then you're on Dancing with the Stars. How did your faith help you in all of those endeavours that I've just mentioned?
Well, it didn't help me with Dancing with the Stars because I got kicked off first. So, God, I don't know what God was in that case, but anyhow. But, you know, with rugby league, definitely, I think what Gavin was saying is the pressures and the expectations of yourself, of fans, and the fact that it's your career. And for me, God was just a great source of peace. And he also helped me put things in perspective, that it is a game. After all, you do your best, but, you know, we're not saving lives. And so, you know, in terms of, you know, it's important, obviously, to me and to fans, but at the end of the day, you know, as long as you do your best, you know, that was a great perspective changer for me, and, you know, it took a lot of pressure off me. And, you know, I think one of the best things about, you know, being in the trenches with rugby league was that you'd see some of the most hardened battle warriors, people that would never talk about God, come to you before the game and say, hey, can we say a prayer for each other? And it was quite an amazing experience.
Okay. Jace, some of the world's top golfers apparently meet regularly at a Bible group. Let's be honest, sports people don't always behave well at all times. How important are morals and values as a professional athlete?
Well, see, it's hard because you're in the midst of this battle, and sometimes, you know, you make decisions on the field, and I know I did, that I regretted after it. And, you know, there'd be times where I'd be stepping on a player's hands, getting up to play the ball and pretending that I didn't see his hand. I saw his hand, I stepped on his hand, and then straight away say to him, oh, mate, forgive me, I'm so sorry. And so sometimes the values went out the windows, and you know, whilst I'd be genuinely sorry for sometimes, you know, stepping over that line, it's hard to control yourself in the midst of battle. But I think the more I developed my relationship with God and the less ego that I brought onto the field, it certainly helped me stay true to the values that I had been taught.
Yeah, hey Gavin, do you reckon that spirituality can give elite sports people an edge?
Do you know, I think really what Jason was saying makes a whole lot of sense, in that ability to handle pressure is the key to all of this. And so having something else there, many athletes question why they're doing what they're doing. Is it all worth it? And when you can't find an answer to that, and you get that internal voice talking to you, especially the negative internal voice, if you've got some other way of being able to handle that, and, you know, spirituality and faith, I think, does play a role. And for those athletes who find it, it really can help drive the inner peace. It can help them deal with some of their anger management. If it's, you know, if they happen to lose their cool a little bit too much on the field, then they might have something that they can hold on to, which can help them deal with many of those things. So absolutely, I think it plays a role. But it's really for the individual to work out how it's best to play a role for them, not to just say, oh, I'm going to do it, I'm going to now put my faith in somebody and then it'll work for me. You've really got to believe it. It's got to be core to your values, and that's what's important about it.
I would have found that story so much easier to believe if we didn't mention the words Tiger Woods in there. Just throws us off a bit.
No, we all need him.
Yeah,
we all need him. The great thing about God is he overlooks people's pasts and he looks to the future. That's the great thing.
Except Tiger Woods is a Buddhist.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that cool with you, Jace?
No.
No.
Overlooks all things.
You got me.
Tiger Woods.
You got me there.
Buddhists.
You got me there.
Which is, as we know, all rubbish.
We need to continue this debate tomorrow morning. It's a good Sunday morning. It's a great one to have this on. Gentlemen, thank you. I think we covered some ground there.
It makes sense. Thanks, guys.